Welcome to the Athletic NBA Show Draft Lottery Special. I'm your host for the night, Andrew Schlecht. With me, I've got Dave DeFore, Jay King. This is a big night for the NBA, fellas. We're going to know here shortly where Victor Wembanyama is going to play basketball next year, which is such a massive thing. It's gonna have its own section of the NBA app pretty soon. Whichever team wins is going to have their own section. It's going to be unbelievable. First things first, I do have to tell you guys I've made a commitment that if the Thunder jump up into the top 4, I'm peacing out of here. I'm going to Chili's. Okay.
All right.
Meeting all the Thunder fans down the road at Chili's. And
why Chili's is
so we just like randomly came up with it on my Thunder show. Somebody was like, "Where are we going to go? What are we going to do?"
Is that the best restaurant in Oklahoma City?
It is not.
No.
Actually, we've been talking about how bad Chili's is recently. But it's just like, what are we going to do? It's like, we're just going to go to Chili's. And so we're going to flood a Chili's in Oklahoma City if they win. So if you just see a blank chair here shortly, that's good news for the Thunder. Jay King, what are your thoughts? I mean, a lot of people are like, what do you think's going to happen? How are you going to do this? It's like, I don't know. This is all luck. Like, who cares? But who do you want to get the number 1 pick tonight?
It's cool because there are so many super tantalizing options for Wembanyama.
Yeah.
The Magic would be awesome. Like, I would love to see Wembanyama next to Paolo, next to Wagner. The size, the length, the skill those guys would have would just be utterly ridiculous. But you go up and down the options, like there's not a place that he could go except maybe San Antonio, where it would be like, you know what? I would not be very intrigued by that team next year.
What?
You wouldn't be intrigued? I mean, that's the place where he probably gets the most touches, though.
Sure, but they would do nothing. But anywhere else, I could talk myself into it. I could talk myself into it next year.
Just tell me you didn't watch the Spurs at all this year. Just tell me you didn't watch the Spurs.
I watched them. Sohan's
awful.
interesting. He's cool.
Yeah.
But they were atrocious, and they do not have a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the teams that have the best odds, which aren't good odds, Detroit, Houston, San Antonio, all have a 14% chance to get the number 1 overall pick. Charlotte 12, Portland 10, Orlando 9, Indiana 6, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse, all the way down to New Orleans, who has 0.5% of a chance to get the number 1 pick. Honestly, the odds are bad for everybody to get the number 1 pick, which is really interesting. So I'm so intrigued to see if somebody jumps up. Obviously, I cover the Thunder. It would be ridiculous if the Thunder had both Chet and Wembanyama on the same team. That would be pandemonium in Oklahoma City. But there's a lot of teams that could benefit from having this generational type of player. DeFore, what team needs a win? Because there's got to be a team amongst these 4 teams who's like, oh man, this team just needs a win. Like give this team, give this franchise, give this fan base a win. Which team is that?
I mean, the Charlotte Hornets could certainly use some good news.
Yeah.
I don't know if Michael Jordan's going to sell the team or not. LaMelo Ball, I don't think he needs like a new ankle, maybe, I don't know what's going on with him. It's sad. They've had a rough time. I think that they could use a little bit of luck, but if you really wanted me to say this team not only needs a little luck, needs a win, but also deserves it because they've been trying to win, there's one right answer. The Washington Wizards. Because they have.
Why do they deserve it? I'm not saying they deserve it.
The 9th to the 11th best team in the league for my entire life. They
know what that
been
means?
Awful. And
that means they have been the worst functioning franchise in the league. I cannot believe you think they deserve
the
it.
spot you don't want to be in.
Bless their hearts, Jay King. They have tried.
Bless the hearts of the fan base.
That's right. And let's bless them a little bit further. Just rebrand them back to the Bullets. We can call them the Boulets. It'd be really funny because they'd have Wembanyama. They could trade Bradley Beal.
Okay.
We could be on our way. And, I just think DC is an international city. It's a really short flight back to home to France. So if he gets homesick, It's easy. And you may have like an entire new organization structure there since they still haven't replaced the GM. So
yeah,
you may have someone who could come in with the vision to just build around Wemby from day one, knowing you're walking in with a, generational transcendent potential talent. So
the vision though comes from the
Tim Connolly,
which is the ownership. That's
right.
that's the biggest problem with like any organization that has been floundering for years, is that it kind of starts from the top. Okay, J. King, what would be the most dynamic duo that they could form tonight with Wemby and who in the top 14? What's the most dynamic duo?
Obviously, like, if you want to say Dame Lillard, that'd be pretty dynamic. But among the teams, I guess they have pretty good odds. But the one that would be like most interesting to me long term, because Dame's peak is not going to last much longer. The one that would really intrigue him and Cade Cunningham. Like, Cade Cunningham, people forget about him because he lost the season due to injury. That dude knows how to play. He's big, he's long, he's mature as a player. I would be so in on Cade Cunningham and Wembanyama and the potential at both ends for a team with both. Like, imagine your point guard is 6'7" and smooth and long, and your center is 7'4", and he shoots threes. Like, okay,
there's another team
that
though.
could be such a long starting unit.
There's another team though that comes to mind when you say those stats out loud, and that's the Dallas Mavericks. Like, what if you had Luka and you had Victor Wembanyama? I mean, that would be extremely interesting. If you were thinking more along the lines of young guys, Jay, I think you're going to love this. What if the Utah Jazz won the lottery and you could have Wembanyama and Kessler? My God. With Lauri Markkanen as the 3, the triple towers, we've never seen. I mean, it would be incredible.
I think
it'd be like the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Sorry, you missed a lot, Andrew.
It would be like the Cleveland Cavaliers.
We're just trying to rebuild the 2021-22 Cleveland Cavaliers. I love it.
Yeah.
And that is so disrespectful to Wembanyama. I had an agent who I actually respect, and I went back and forth about whether I was actually going to share this because it's kind of crazy. But he scouted some in France this year, and he told me that Wembanyama, if he stays healthy, will be by far the best player in the history of the game.
Wow.
It's a good chance.
And he said, as much as the hype is, it's not even close to what it should be because nobody understands what type of force Wembanyama will be. And that's just one man's opinion. But if even one man can think that about you, you're a pretty special prospect.
I actually have thought about this particular angle quite a bit because this is kind of where my head goes. There have been 2 guys so far in the, I mean, if you go back far enough, I mean, you could say Kareem or whatever, but I think Shaq has uniquely changed the, just the geometry of the game.
Yeah.
In a way where, I mean, a lot of doubling and, obviously Shaq, fouling and putting guys on the free throw line, and Steph Curry. Now, Steph Curry's was more repeatable and it triggered an evolution in the game, right? Yeah. Shaq, there's no more Shaq. But everybody can be
Steph. People at least thought it was repeatable. It's not really repeatable, but people thought it was repeatable.
Right. But then you had Steph Curry and he changed the geometry again. And now you have this guy that may be a combination of the two. I mean, certainly not going to be as prolific shooting the 3 as Steph and definitely not off the dribble and not going to be the interior kind of force that Shaq was. Yeah. But has the skill, has the touch, has the defensive feel and acumen, feel for the game offensively. I mean, that 3-pointer that he put back dunk on, I mean, that was all feel. This is a guy who may trigger like a whole nother phase of the game. We're going to see kids going on HGH at birth so that they can try to catch up to the 7'4" guy. I mean, I just don't know who else is going to get a rebound. I mean, it's going to be, if he can hit whatever the physical peak for his body is. I mean, it's just, how do you stop that, Zach?
I'm eating a hot mustard Dorito for the first time.
Ooh,
Whoa.
This is kind of good, man.
Oh,
This is
it like
kind
the
of legit.
Snyder's?
Show me the bag.
Yeah.
It's like a
I'm
legit,
not a mustard
like,
guy. I don't
like
like
this
mustard.
isn't an ad, but this like
Does it taste like mustard?
it tastes like a deli mustard.
Is it like the Snyder's honey mustard
choice.
pretzels?
No. It's like a spicy mustard.
There are so many good Doritos to choose from. What inspired
And you
you?
chose mustard.
I saw Dave Schilling tweet about him. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna order a bag. I ordered a bag and
Influencers out there.
yeah,
I'm
big time
disgusted
influencer.
right now. Utterly
Why?
disgusted.
Why?
Granola.
I'm not a
I
mustard.
mean, those
guy.
are good
I'm just
granola
not a
bars.
mustard
They
guy.
are.
Yeah, those are solid.
I don't know. I'd rather have the
Mustard guy.
Doritos though.
So how do you stop Wemby?
This is the theoretical Godzilla version of Wemby, right?
But like
this
what?
is-
So like, are we
Kenneth
assuming like?
Lofton Jr.
And
There's
yeah, I
only
mean,
one
Kenneth
man.
Lofton Jr. stops everybody. Like that dude is the star stopper.
He
I
does.
would just get Kenneth Lofton Jr. But I don't know, man. I think like I think it'll be like kind of what we see with AD before he got like very physically fit. I think it's just gonna be a lot of body in him. And I don't know, like I don't know if Wemby's ever gonna have like that amount of thickness on his frame. And I don't know that you necessarily want him to. Like I feel like we always just talk about wait till this guy adds 25 pounds of muscle, and like it's not really good for the frame. Like it's great in theory if he holds up, but I think like I don't think we should treat this like what Giannis looked like or what AD looked like or anything like that. I think this is going to be a wholly different thing, kind of like what we talk about with the theoretical idea of Chet, right? Like I like you guys know I'm not a big Chet guy, but I see like what the appeal is and the allure is of like what that could look like. And I think some of these guys are just so skinny, we have to treat them like, I mean, maybe like a KD. I don't know.
That's what I was going to say, is that Wemby could be giant Kevin Durant, which is
Yeah.
a terrifying thought.
He could be Kevin Durant who doesn't lie about his height.
Yeah, exactly. He might lie about it in the other way. He's like, yeah, I'm 7'7", you know?
Look, I've been calling him 7'6" to everybody who asked me about him because he's wearing shoes. They're telling me 7'4" without shoes. I'm going to call him 7'6". I mean, this guy is just it's insane. He's a wonder of the world at this point. That's why I want to see him go somewhere fun. Like
where do you want to see it? Like I put in the
Wizards.
news, the Wizard.
But he is the fun. It doesn't. Yeah, Wizards. I don't know.
But you know, there are some teams, Jay, that you do not want to see him.
Houston.
So don't say like he is the fun. Like
San Antonio.
no, because I think it keeps Pop around for like another 20 years, and I'm here for that.
Cool. That part would be cool. I also like. I don't see. I know people would want the LaMelo Ball with him. I don't want
that'd
him
be
in
great.
Charlotte. Don't want him
Why?
in Charlotte.
They're gonna have a new owner.
I'm not a LaMelo Ball guy. Just
What?
Not.
He's good.
Just not.
Because he's good.
He's got.
You know, like
He's got flair. He's got flair. I don't.
I mean, he's
I don't want to call him
legitimately
good.
good.
He's talented.
I think they would be a fun duo.
I think they'd be fun. I want him in Orlando. Like that's the one. I want him, Paolo.
You just want the
Wagner.
weirdest team
That's
ever.
an NBA
Oh my
2K
God, yeah.
team, man.
Absolutely. That's the exact team I would put
With
together
Fultz?
in 2K.
With a fully
If
unleashed
Fultz is like, well, Fultz is like maybe the second strongest guy out of those those four.
I'm
Play
in
him
on
at the
that. I'm in
four.
on the Fultz experience. I'm in on that. I
Yeah,
think
it's weird. Like it was weird this year, but I was in. Like it was fun.
He's kind of good. He's kind of
You
good.
know, if they could bring back Mario Hezonja to that team, it would be. I would move to
Oh,
Orlando.
dude. I was the biggest Hezonja guy.
Where's Sam
Hezonja.
in? Where's Sam?
I know. I was in on that too. I actually floated out like a Steven Adams for the pick Mario Hezonja, thing going on back in the day. I was in as well.
The Pacers would be fun. The Pacers would be fun
Pacers would be cool. Yeah,
because they have a semi-fun young core already. Tyrese Halliburton's a lot of fun, and Halliburton with him would just be.
This is terrible analysis. I don't want to see him in their uniform. I just don't like their uniforms. I think it's a bad uniform. I think it's a bad color scheme.
Wow.
What if they switch back to the old school ones, like the ones
Then I'm
that
in.
Rick Smits wore?
Yes.
There
Then I'm
we
in.
go. See,
Like the Reggie Miller, but
Yeah.
before like Larry Brown got involved, right? Like not the stripes and shit like that. Like kind of like I want the Chuck Person Pacers uniforms.
Do you
like
think
those.
Do you think the Raptors would even take him? He's not a 6'8" guy who can't.
No,
shoot.
he's too tall. He's too tall. They wouldn't. Yeah, they can't risk. They can't risk having a center.
His position could be too easily defined.
They're like, we'll do it for Jakob, but not anybody else.
Him and Jakob together.
I wish Portland could get him like 5 years from now, but have him be on this timeline of Dame. Then I think it would be like a great, like if you could time cop him into this Portland team, I think that's really good.
Like just put him into Nurkic's place like 5 years ago.
I want 24-year-old Wembanyama on this coming Portland team. And let's do a Shaedon Sharpe too. Let's do 24-year-old Shaedon Sharpe as well. Like the timeline doesn't work for me.
If they got the pick, if Portland got the pick, they would trade Dame, right?
No,
I don't. I think they would see. I think they would see. Can he contribute to winning right away to help Dame now? And if not, and it looked like it was going to take a year or two, I think then they see like, all right, what can we get for Dame? Do we do a proper rebuild? I don't think it's an automatic trade, though. I could be wrong about that.
Now I'm obsessed with the idea of an offseason pod where all we talk about is every team gets one time traveler. One way or the other.
I could do a year of pods on this. This could be a whole new.
Are we talking
August podcasting? Save it because we're doing it. We're doing the time travel pod.
Yeah,
all right.
I love that. Yeah,
I'm in
Back
for the
to the
time
future
travel
is
pod.
we'll call it Time's Up. Wait, no.
Zach to the future.
Zach to the future. Wow.
Let's just make it navel gazing for me.
Yes,
that's special.
Zach to the future. Yeah.
The worst possible outcome would be Mavericks. That would be
that'd be all right.
I don't think so, man.
Obviously, it would be amazing basketball wise. Like Luka and Wembanyama would be spectacular. I just would hate to see them rewarded for the most outrageous tank job
I see what you mean.
we have ever seen.
There. Do not reward incompetence. Do not do that tonight, NBA. We know that you fixed this. This is all
just a flagrant tank job.
On this screen, they have people like at the tables, like looking at papers and shit. There's no papers to look at. This isn't the draft. What is going on here?
I don't know. What papers would they look at?
I don't know. It's just like printouts of the bounce, which you can subscribe to at theathletic.com/abounce.
I think that's it. I think it's tankathon spins, just random tankathon spins. You see this one I had earlier?
Oh yeah, dude, I did it. I did it for the newsletter last night. I did 4 spins, and Houston got the #1 pick 3 times.
Whew.
So I'm guessing Houston gets it.
That is my worst case scenario. But
it does seem. I don't know how much we can talk about this. It does seem like a bold move to have Udoka as the representative. Like I get it, but that's a karma check right there. That's like, does karma and do the basketball gods actually exist here?
100%.
Jay, how would Udoka be if Wembanyama went there? Because like, here's my thing. Like, I worry sometimes about guys coming from overseas. It's a culture change, right? Like, how's he gonna do?
Zach just did something in the group chat that we won't talk about.
Private chat. Yep.
But
you feel good. I feel ready now. Totally ready
Udoka,
for this to happen.
I think.
Aren't you glad I was invited to this?
It's good that you're here. You brought the weird chips. You brought the weird vibes to the.
I got a tangy ketchup one too, but I'm not ready to open both bags.
Yeah.
I think he'd be great. I think he'd be great with Wembanyama. He was great with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, 2 young stars who needed to learn how to get a little tougher and get to the next level.
Dalen
See
Terry,
the game a little differently.
Dalen Terry as their draft representation.
Don't even get me started on this.
At least they're finally using him.
Current players should not be forced to do this.
Collins,
they just shouldn't.
They also don't want the pick. They don't want
Tyrese Halliburton should be above this. Right?
Yeah.
Why are they making Tyrese Halliburton do it?
Because he's the leader of the team or whatever. That's fine.
No, he's not the reason they sucked last year.
No. I think it's fine. I think that's fine. I think Dalen Terry is just an admission that we don't care.
Mark Williams is representing the Hornets.
That is the most Hornets thing.
Here, win the draft, and then we're gonna replace you with the guy that goes #1.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Oh my gosh.
I do love Ben Wallace being there though.
Yeah, that could be a good one. I feel like you got to really put a lot of thought into who you have represent you. You should not be rewarded for having Dalen Terry there. You shouldn't. Like Schlecht said, it's just an acknowledgement you do not care, and you should care right now. Tonight's a night to care.
You are the Chicago Bulls. They act like they're not a storied franchise.
Isn't this in Chicago too?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah,
this is in Chicago, right?
They could not trouble anyone more important in their franchise to walk down to the United Center.
They should have been allowed to have Derrick Rose represent them tonight, even though he's on the Knicks. They should have been allowed.
I would approve of that. Okay.
All right, so Thunder had the worst odds, right?
No. They have the 12.
Or the Pelicans.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
David Griffin. Upset.
I think I might be lagging behind because I'm using YouTube TV.
Oh.
Where are we at right now?
Okay. 13th just went to the Raptors.
Okay. So that means...
So make or break for the Thunder here.
Here we go.
Thunder 12.
Okay. Not going to Chili's, everybody.
Damn.
Oh, that's
tough.
You're missing
You
out.
have to go to Applebee's now?
Sorry to the
finest
Chili's.
dining in Oklahoma City.
Sorry to the Chili's on Portland because you were about to make so much money. You're about to make so much money.
Orlando gets 11 because of the Bulls.
Okay.
So Dalen Terry's there for nothing.
You know what? They were wise to send Dalen Terry.
That means the Mavs get their pick at 10.
Yeah. Boo.
Good.
Am I spoiling this for your feed? I could just shut up.
No. Keep going.
No.
Keep going.
Okay, Jazz at 9. Colin Sexton's there for nothing.
There goes a dream.
Yeah, there's a.
Yeah, has anybody jumped?
Nobody's jumped yet.
Not yet.
But I also don't remember what the order is, so I won't be able to tell you. Wizards are 8.
That's still chalk.
Still chalk. Okay. Here comes 7.
This is
Pacers at 7.
Still chalk. Still chalk.
Okay.
Wow.
I feel like Portland's going to get him. I got a feeling Portland's going to get him. I don't know why.
We're going to see. Who's at 6?
What other teams are for sale?
Orlando at 6. There goes the dream.
At 6. So, God, we're staying chalk.
By the way, Portland might be for sale.
Portland
we'll
is
find
for sale.
out.
Yeah, Portland is for sale.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who's at 5? I'm
Detroit
behind.
at 5.
Oh,
shit.
Portland is jumped.
Portland is
jumped.
Whoa, Brandon Roy still got some clutchness.
Good representative.
And Detroit got as bad as it
That's it.
That's as bad as
it
gets.
Detroit
send?
Ben Wallace.
You
know, they used up all the Ben Wallace luck on the other draft.
Right.
That's a new rule.
It's like the wrong.
Yeah, the Thunder sent Nick Collison last year. All
right,
they got on.
Yeah. It couldn't be the 1% chance they had to get the pick.
Shut up. Okay. This is the truth. I'm only after the truth here. Okay.
Portland has jumped. Portland's going to have such an interesting
San Antonio, Houston, and Charlotte. Yes.
Portland is going to have such an interesting
Portland, San Antonio, Houston, Charlotte. Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, if Portland jumps to 1, they just take Wembanyama. Doesn't matter. You just do it. Maybe trade Dame.
You can
maybe trade Dame because of it.
Yeah.
Anybody, of course. But I'm saying if Portland falls, or if they finish 2 to 4,
yeah.
Do you use it as a trade chip? Do you
at
use
4, you do. I think at 2 and 3, I would try to get Brandon Miller.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm probably with you on that, or Scoot. But if it's 4, then all of a sudden that's still a great chip to go out and build around
for
Dame
sure.
Again.
For sure. But like
one last chance to build around Dame. They're really in the same spot, very similar spot to where the Celtics were in 2007.
Yeah,
where they ended up falling to 5, and that set the stage for them to go out and trade for Ray Allen and trade for Kevin Garnett.
Yeah,
and keep Paul Pierce around. But if they had finished 1 or 2, they would have probably just drafted Kevin Durant or Greg Oden.
And they absolutely
Paul Pierce and just gone in a totally different direction.
Yeah,
Portland is the same way.
Pistons at 5th, more like pissed off at 5th.
This is not great for the Pistons because this will be year 5 of the rebuild for them.
Also, like, look, 2 years ago, not this year, but last year, the end of the season, it was like, man, growth. Like, look at these young guys. They had a great end of the season. This year, they look like shit.
And also, like the 5th pick in this draft, I don't.
You're getting
one of the Thompson twins.
From overtime. Have you seen the highlights of like the overtime elite games or whatever it's called?
It looks like a video game, like a really bad video game. It looks
like an
influencer league. It looks really bad.
Yeah, it looks like an influencer league, like one of those like why is the Max's nice dude is playing like that's what it looks like. I don't know what
Mikey
like
Williams
they look
there?
like they look the part. The Thompson twins look good. They look like they can play, but I don't know what this level of competition is that they're playing against. Like I'm pleading ignorance here. It might be better than I know, but I just know I've watched a bunch of their stuff, and I'm like, I have no idea what they're doing this against.
Are you trying to say that Max is not nice?
He might be nice.
I'm sure he's a good basketball player, like compared to us. You know,
don't sell me short.
Bar there.
Well, I would cook Max's nice.
No, but you think you would beat up Floyd Mayweather? Like that's not. I'm not trusting your. I bet college J King. Sure, current J King. I don't know.
I'm fat as
college me. I think I would wax his ass. Now I'm 41 with a bad back. I'm just not going to like assume that I can take this 24-year-old.
Who would you take?
However old he is.
If you're the Pistons at 5, and let's say that Amen Thompson is the one that's gone. Like what direction do you go? I mean, they have a billion big guys.
That's a really good question. Like let me consult.
I might go Anthony Black.
The Hollinger. Yeah, I mean, I like him. Is that a 5th pick in the draft?
I mean, Zach,
how do you guys feel about Cam Whitmore?
Cam Whitmore hasn't passed in 7 years.
And I mean,
if he passed 7 years ago,
that's accurate. Oh man, who's the dude from Jarace Walker? The dude from Houston?
Yeah, Jarace Walker.
Jarace Walker. I like him. Like I don't know if he's gonna be able to score, but like that dude is gonna be an all-world defender.
Yeah.
Like I just think like he's someone who comes in and plays smart basketball and like team basketball.
Yeah.
So let them play a more offensive-minded center.
Yeah, like you can. I mean, him with like. I guess Jalen and Cade and Jaden, like that's a solid
Wiseman.
core, right?
Back to your initial reaction is that a 5th pick
in this draft? I mean, that's kind of the thing. Is like I think this is a good draft, but I do think there is a drop off if you believe like even the Thompson twins or even half the Thompson twins are like elite.
Yeah.
Then I do I think there's a big drop off
Wembanyama
in terms of just like
disposable camera that he's taking a selfie with.
That's a red flag.
That's
a red flag. No.
Oh, huge. This is
don't
not
draft
good.
him.
You actually don't want the pick now.
It would be one thing if that was nostalgic for him and he was like doing it because he grew up with that, but he didn't. He didn't.
No, he sure didn't.
Just a choice. Huge red flag. First red flag I've seen regarding him, honestly.
Too offline.
Way too offline. I need someone more online. Yeah.
Who's got 4?
Portland.
Houston.
Oh no. Oh yeah. Houston was 4. Portland's 3rd. Holy shit.
Houston.
Oh my god.
Who is it, Zach?
Charlotte is 2. San Antonio 1. Pop, baby. Michelle Beadle wins again. Damn it.
That's the one spot I said would not entertain me. The one spot.
Let's go. Let's go.
They tank for 1 year. They tank for 1 year, and it's like, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
We've done this before.
They did it again, man. They did it again.
My 11-year-old son popping in here is telling me that he called it too. We all called it.
It had to happen. It had to happen.
Yeah.
It had to happen.
Wow. RC
Greg
Buford
Popovich will never retire. He will never retire.
Yeah.
I think RC Buford's crying because he realized he can't retire either. He has to keep working.
Here forever. Peter Holt looking like Peter Griffin up there, smiling so big.
Wow.
Romeo Langford finally has a wingman, boys.
Is he still in the league?
He's on the Spurs.
Oh man, they already got the Photoshop made.
They had that shit ready, man. You know they had. I like this, man. I'm in. I don't care what Jay says.
I'm kind of in on this as well. I'm in on this as well.
Tim Duncan and David Robinson. I mean, Tim Duncan's in there every day.
Yeah, it's a good uniform. He's gonna work with those guys.
He's gonna have to wear Tracy McGrady's number 1. He's gonna have to get permission to wear that one.
Oh yeah, or maybe he does that weird French thing where it's like he wears 92 because of like the Mets 92 or whatever his team is. And
do the Hornets go Scoot Henderson at number 2?
I would.
Ooh,
I would because I think that's a dynamic backcourt. LaMelo can play off the ball.
LaMelo's got some size too.
Yeah, you can teach Scoot to play off the. They sent Wendy to Paris. What a job, man. Good for Brian. Good for him, man. Like, you want to go to Paris during the playoffs?
The Spurs really did it
Pretty
again.
amazing.
They
That is
did
yeah.
it again.
They pulled it off. Can Scoot play off the ball well enough?
Yeah.
Probably not right away, but I think he could get there pretty quickly.
I think they both. I think that they both can. I think they both can do it.
Well, LaMelo
Yeah.
for sure. Scoot
See,
puts a lot of pressure on the basket.
Scoot
LaMelo
play
will
off
have
the ball
open
some.
looks.
I prefer Brandon Miller no matter what to Scoot. I think basically regardless of situation.
Because
To
of
me,
position?
just
Like,
because he's 6'9", 6'10", whatever he is, can really shoot, can really defend, and like the floor is so high with him, and the ceiling is just as high as Scoot's.
Mhm.
Yeah. The last time I saw him play, San Diego State just destroyed him, because you know Aztecs basketball, like this is just what we do.
Aztecs,
And so
those,
it's just,
those are some tough dudes. Those are some tough dudes.
Yeah.
we play football on a basketball court. No, he's legit. Like that is, I think I like the idea of Scoot and LaMelo like kind of together, but Brandon Miller's probably a smarter choice there.
Yeah. What about Portland at 3? What are you doing? Or is this player going to be good enough for you to like bring them in with Dame, or is this something you're
going to be
shop?
such a decision?
Who can you get?
Such a decision.
Well, it's about who you can get, right? Like, so who's out there? I mean, is it like? I mean, I don't think it's Drew Holiday, but like, is there someone of that caliber you can get? Because Drew Holiday maybe gettable. Yeah, you think Embiid? With the 3 pick,
Joel Embiid. Just calling it now.
The 3.
You just called it. It's just done
what
deal.
Else is in there? What else is in there?
They actually have a lot of stuff they can throw into a trade.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the problem with that is Miami's going to trade for Embiid, so maybe it's a 3-team deal.
Okay.
I mean, Ben Simmons is available.
Would the Heat really trade for Embiid after winning the title?
Yeah, I think they would.
Up for Embiid?
Yeah, I think they would because
Well,
when they win the title, yes, I think Pat Riley is old enough to do that.
For Embiid. Okay.
Duncan Robinson and a protected 2nd-round pick for Embiid, I think, is a good deal.
Hey, that 2nd rounder, if it's Miami making the pick, that
actually
thing would be worth more. So it's just like, Miami, listen, after you make the pick, or just tell us who you would pick.
Yeah, just tell us who you would pick.
Yeah,
you scout for us, and
We'll
see. Who would you sign? Who would you sign in the summer? Who would you sign after Summer League, Miami? That's who we'll take.
That's it.
Wow. Yeah. So the Rockets fall to 4. They've been doing this tank thing. This will be their 3rd draft of the tank for them, and this is rough luck for them because also this is seen as like a 3-player draft, and then whatever you want to do with the Thompson twins. Some people probably say it's a 4-player draft. Some people say 3.
But it's a deep draft too. Like the whole lottery, you're going to get a good talent. It's not like some years where it like really dries up.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, look, this is probably a terrible idea. If anyone was going to go get a Villanova player, I kind of feel like Houston should. Like, you got to get someone in there who like comes from a winning program.
Yeah.
They do love guys who don't pass.
Such a rocket. He is such a rocket. Oh my gosh.
Cam Whitmore would be a great rocket.
He is.
I just don't know what they do. Like, man, that thing is such a mess. Like, I guess Ime is there to clean it up.
Pencil it in, Zach. He's a rocket. He's a rocket. It's over,
man. Yo, you put Cam Whitmore on this team, I'll move to Houston.
I mean, do they not have too many young mouths to feed as it is?
No,
man. Who cares?
This is it. We're determining this for them.
You know who else had a lot of mouths to feed? Sandlot. A lot of kids there. they I don't know. They've met James Earl Jones at the end. I don't know. I don't know what the analogy is.
I'm not sure what's going on there.
There's the recap on the screen, guys, in case you need it.
Unbelievable,
man.
So this is the first time since they've reformed the lottery that somebody outside of somebody from the 7th pick has actually jumped up every single time. And so this is the first time that it's all been top 5 teams since
that's right. Portland was down to 5th, right?
Since they changed all the rules. Yeah. So Portland was supposed to be 5th and they jumped. And
wow.
And that is a big fall for Detroit.
That's tough. That's really tough.
I am so intrigued to see what they do because this was like a low-key big summer for them as far as like development, and they needed some luck in the lottery. And now, they have, I've been a part of this with Oklahoma City. Like you're like dreaming for the whole year about, okay, if we could just get top 3, if we could just top 3, we're going to be good. and now it is a big question as to what they five.
I mean, they don't even have a coach right now. You know,
don't even have a coach, and that probably was going to help them recruit somebody. It's like, oh, we got the second pick in the draft. Like,
also, like, kind of low key, like, wouldn't it be nice if Cade Cunningham played some games?
It would make.
He's missed a lot of time the first 2 years, right?
He's a little better for him.
He's so
I just
good,
think
though.
I love the way
he plays basketball.
So I'm not making a 1-to-1 comparison here, but like Zion's really good too. I want to see like guys who are injured and miss a lot of time those first 2 years. Like we got to see them on the court. You know, like I believe in Cade Cunningham. I'm starting to get a little worried, and maybe this is overreacting to a season-ending injury in his second year, but like I'm just a little worried like he's not going to be readily available moving forward.
Yeah, he's got something to prove for sure.
Yeah. I just want to see him on the court more. But yeah, I mean, I'm in on him. Like he's great.
Yeah. There's no. I mean, they're one of those teams. There's really no way to tell what they have because you haven't seen any of it. At least with Houston, you can like say, okay, I saw Jabari Smith do some stuff defensively. Okay, if that comes to fruition, obviously Şengün, you know, just
we know Jalen Green can score.
Right.
Yeah.
Josh Christopher exists.
Ooh.
Should be the number one option is what you were trying to say. Yep. Okay. Anything else before we go, guys? Any last feelings, thoughts?
I did this on Twitter. I just want to take back my Nuggets in 6 prediction from the newsletter earlier today because I saw the Corgi also had Nuggets in 6. So I'm going Lakers in 6 now. I can't. That Corgi's out.
You got burned.
Yeah. I'll never trust that Corgi again. I can't align. Even if it's random, I can't align myself with the Corgi.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
The basketball gods came through as they usually do, and
rewarded tanking.
But make us suffer through too many years of San Antonio tanking away the end of Pop's career. I mean, this is honestly this is what it is.
Yeah, what they did is they discouraged long-term tanking. Is what they did.
Yeah,
they crushed the long-term tankers pretty badly with Houston and Detroit.
Yeah,
but also the thing is, I mean, and they were not good this year, but there was a lot of development there, and a lot of
for San Antonio.
Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Victor Wembanyama. That's your top 3. Trey Jones. I mean,
I like Trey Jones.
What if
I
they're
think
in the play-in immediately? Like, what if Victor's enough of an impact player that they are in the play-in right away? That's like Oklahoma City.
And I would say he's going to be the best player of all time if they do that.
You know what? 3 seed. This isn't being recorded, right? We didn't say anything.
No, this could be
actually you didn't go far enough. Yeah,
Zach, this is like a complete multiverse situation. We've got different everything here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, 3 seed.
Well, history repeats itself as the San Antonio Spurs get another just ridiculous talent.
Kids, make sure you tank. It pays off.
That's right. Send me a jersey. Spurs. I need a Victor Wembanyama jersey. I want to hang it up.
But just put Wemby on it.
Yeah.
Hey, let's do Wemby versus Chet opening night. If they're smart. The NBA is smart.
Hot dog eating contest.
That's
see who can get to 2 first.
Be amazing.
We're gonna do guess your weight. With those guys.
Yes. You have someone do guess your weight.
Yeah.
And Poku as a starting power forward. Okay, thanks so much for joining the Athletic NBA show. Hope you guys have a great night. Enjoy the Western Conference Finals.